Good morning everyone, how are you today? I just thought I'd come on and share some things that I have recently purchased. One being these beautiful pen and ink cards. Now I'm part of a Facebook group called Fountain Pens Australia, and one of its members on there, his name is Carl Estella. He actually creates these beautiful pen and ink drawings. Now, I reached out to him. He sells them in large prints as well, but I reached out to him. I said, you don't happen to have postcards, do you? Because I'd love to send these to some of my inky friends. And he said, look, I don't have postcards, but I have these like greeting cards. So I said, great. Can I get, he had this one, and this one that I really liked, and so I grabbed two each of those. So this one, now this is called Alice in Wonderland Mad Hatter's Tea Party, that particular one, and this one is Alice Through the Looking Glass. So just have a little look at the detail. It's just incredible. Like he's I don't know if you can see on the line the detail. And this one here with all the animals. Look at the rabbit. Come over here and look at the rabbit. Anyway, I think they're absolutely beautiful. So I bought two each of these two ones, and then he kindly gifted me this one, which is called Swans in Love, and it's also just completely and utterly amazing with the detail, and it's very beautiful. So yep, that one's Swans in Love. Anyway, I'll actually put all his details below in the description, but his name is Carl Estella. His Instagram handle is CJE Artist, and I thought they were absolutely beautiful and so unique, and it was lovely to support an Australian artist as well. So he's actually these Alice in Wonderland cards, he's actually done those for his wife, so they've been created with a lot of love. So she loves Alice in Wonderland apparently, so he created all these for her. And he's currently working on one called Gnomes in Love, I believe, and it's a little bit more colourful, but it's so cute, like it's really beautiful. So please go and check Carl out and his work. And then I did a very small order with the Desk Bandit. I have swatched this ink with you before. I had a sample of it. It was called the Troublemaker Milky Ocean. So I'm going to do that with you today. I also got some of these. These are Tomoe River A5 dot grid sheets. Now they're just loose sheets, and the reason I got these is, here's my trusty endless notebook that I use for my swatching. But sometimes, as you can see, there's a little bit of bleed through it, and I can't always use the next page, especially if it's really bad. Right, look at that. That's quite bad. So it makes the writing on the other side really hard to recognise. And then sometimes I was sticking the sheets together, and I thought, rather than, oh, there's that Troublemaker Milky Ocean. Like, isn't it pretty? It's alright, we're going to swatch it again in a minute anyway. But see, bleed through. So I thought, rather than doing that, why don't I get these dot grid sheets, and then I can just stick one in here. So then I can still use both sides of the paper, if that makes sense. Let's do it here. So let's do that. I thought we'll try that. I'll do that with you right now so you can see what I mean. See, and I just sort of thought, put that there. Oh, I might have to trim it down a little bit. That's okay. We can do that. So anyway, so it's just a small order from the desk bandit. I also got some sample vials as well. So I could send some friends more samples. So there we go. Just trimmed a little bit off. Is that enough? Yep, that'll be enough. And then, just so, because the corners of these have like rounded edges, so I thought I've got my little, what do you call this thing? It is a crocodile corner chomper from We Are Memory Keepers. And I thought, oh, I'll just, had it for a long time. Might need a bit of sharpening. I don't even know how you sharpen that. Anyway, you get the idea. So, it's actually not just cropping it, it's actually eating my paper. It should not do that. FYI, it should not do that. Don't worry. I'll just get it and cut it. There you go. So yeah, I thought that's what I do for there, and that way it's not, I can still use the other side of the paper, if that makes sense. So, because I like to keep it all in one book if I can. And I'm fast running out of room with this book. I started this book with you all in September last year, and I'm already halfway through it. So, oops, I need to make good use of it. So you can still see the pages on the other side, but that's all right. It doesn't matter. So yeah, so from the desk bander, I got those, as I said, they're Tomoe River A5 50 sheets in the dot grid, so I can use it in here because this is also Tomoe River paper. I got the Troublemaker Milky Ocean ink, and the other thing that I got recently, not from the desk bander but from Amazon, and I use this in my currently inked video, is this Jinhao, I think it's called Jinhao Century 100, and the material is called Celluloid Rainbow. It has gold finishes on it. I really had, on the pictures, it looked like it was more, the finishes were more this matte gold, but then when I received it, it was this shiny gold, which I like less. But I thought it was pretty. It's probably a knockoff of something. I believe it could be. But that's, anyway, I thought it was pretty. So I got that as well. And I've already inked it up with a sample from a pen friend. So let's get into this. Oh, I should stamp one of my little ink bottles there, shouldn't I? You know what? Don't worry about that. We're not going to do that today either. We're just going to keep it simple, people. Okay, so this is what the bottle looks like. I believe it's a 60 ml bottle, so you get quite a bit of ink in there. I've got my dip pen there. So you haven't seen much of me lately. We've been actually working on our study / office area in our house, and it's my husband has built this amazing big desk and he's painted it all and everything. It looks great. I've been helping him with the paint. I'm not so good with the building side of things, but I can help paint. So we've been painting it all, and then he did this built-in bookcase that sits at the back of the desk all along one wall, and it's just given us so much storage for books and my bits and pieces. You know, being a stationery fan, I have a few bits and pieces, just a few. Anyway, so it's wonderful. So now I've got to move everything back into it, but it's been 2 weeks sort of doing that, so I haven't been able to use the space as I would normally do it. And it's going to be a shared space too, so somewhere that our kids can come down and do art projects or homework, and so it's big enough for all of us to use. Not all at the same time, obviously, but it is big enough for all of us to use it. And so it's not really my designated space, it's a shared space. But anyway, it's looking really lovely, which is nice. I'm just going to put a bit of water on my paintbrush. So we've been busy sort of doing that, and it meant that I couldn't really, it's really hard to record, or I just didn't have the energy to record. Who am I kidding? After doing all that, you just don't have the energy. So that's the Milky Ocean. It's just so pretty. So it's like it's a blue ink. However, it's got these, you'll see, hopefully it'll come through. It's like a chroma shading ink, and it has beautiful bits of sort of like mauve come through it. It's really, really pretty. Oh, hang on, why am I putting the lid on that? So this is Troublemaker. Milky. So it's a lighter ink, but I just think it's so pretty. And you can even see a little bit of, even though this is quite a, I mean, this dip pen that I've got is a medium, it's still, you can still see the writing, which is nice, because I find some of them with a finer style nib, you don't get to see that really pretty shading and everything, but you can still see that in my writing there. So that's that. While that's drying, I will do a writing sample with this. So I've already inked this up. If you post it, it doesn't post too well. Like, I find it kind of like doesn't feel too secure there. So, but luckily I don't need to post it. It still fits in my hand quite nicely. The nib's rather pretty. And as I said, the material of the pen is actually rather lovely as well. So I've already got it inked up, as I said, with a sample from a pen friend. So, and I really, really, really love this blue ink. It just pops. It's so pretty. So the pen is, it's a Jinhao 100. It's a rainbow celluloid, I think it's called. It has a medium nib, and it is currently inked with Kobe number 26 what a Masaki blue. Like, it's just the prettiest blue, really bright, and it has shading elements in it too, like you can see some shading coming through in the writing. So let's have a look at that. So that's the ink swatch that is still drying, but hopefully you're seeing like that sort of lavender colour come through. It's really, really pretty. And then of course this is the Jinhao 100 rainbow celluloid with a medium nib, and it's inked with a Kobe number 26 Water Masaki blue, and I'm really hoping that you can see some of the shading in that. It's really nice, but that ink, that Milky Ocean ink, when I got the sample of it, I just fell in love with it. I just thought it was the most amazing colour. So that's all I have for you today. Please remember to go and look up Carl and his beautiful artwork that he does. I believe through Instagram you can contact him direct through there. So he's also on Facebook, but I only know him through the Facebook group that I'm a part of, which is Fountain Pens Australia. So I think you have to be an Australian or living in Australia to join that group. So, but really, really beautiful artwork, like just such a talented artist, and it was just so lovely to be able to buy some cards from him that I can send on to my pen friends. Anyway, I hope wherever you are in the world that you're having a really good weekend, that you're taking care of yourself, that you are taking a little bit of time out for yourself this weekend. I will hopefully be back next week, and until then, have a great week. Thank you so much for watching. Thank you to everyone who has subscribed. I really, really appreciate it. And I will see you back here next time. Take care. Bye.